What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina for those of you who don't know me. If you do, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are trying out and reviewing the new Luminous foundation by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm also trying out the new powder to go along with the foundation, so if you guys want to see my thoughts, the shade range, a little bit of a breakdown and the application, then just keep on watching. So we are going to review and try out for the first time the ABH, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. So excited. I have 5 shades to try out as well as their powder. So I'm really excited. Complexion products are my favorite products to try out. It's my favorite part of doing my makeup, so I was all for this, and Anastasia Beverly Hills does some amazing complexion products, so I really couldn't wait to try this. So I'm gonna read a little bit out. So I'm gonna pop on screen some footage of the foundation, the way it looks, the packaging, as well as the powder, and read you out some of the information that I have received so you guys know more about what this foundation claims to do. So it's called the Luminous Foundation. It's the first complexion collection from Anastasia Beverly Hills. The foundation comes in 50 shades. It has a luminous base and has 5 shade categories: fair, light, medium, tan, and deep. And it comes in 3 different undertones: neutral, cool, and warm. It says that it's a feather light liquid formula. It has a medium to full coverage, and it is for everyday use. It says that the unique formula of the Luminous Foundation delivers ultimate luminosity and glow to enhance the appearance of the skin with a fresh and natural finish. It says that it offers an even, perfected, and radiant skin tone. It has no oil to ensure durability and no flashback, which is amazing. It says it's gluten-free, vegan, and all that jazz. I'm going to put it on screen because there's so many claims of this foundation, which is crazy. I'm also going to pop on screen the shade range so you know the different categories, how many foundation shades are in each category, and you can go from there in choosing your own. I chose 5 shades to review for you guys. Of course, I didn't know what shade I would be, so I chose 5 in different undertones just so I can have a look. So I'm going to share that with you now. I'm going to pop on my skin the different shades, and we're going to choose which shade I would be and try it out. Just by looking at the undertones, I feel like the first one, 270C, is the closest in terms of undertone for me right now. In person, I'm a tad tanner than I look on camera because of the lights, but I feel like the darkest one, the 365C, would be the best when I'm actually super tan. I feel like 345C, I'm looking at the shades, 345C is a little too warm for my undertone. I feel like the second 2 shades, 310C and 330W, I almost feel like they're the other way around on me. So I feel like 330W looks cooler on me and 310C looks warmer on me. Am I tripping? Or I don't know. 270C is a nice and neutral tone for me. It doesn't look too cool to me. It doesn't look too warm. It's a good neutral on me. So I think I'm gonna go with that just because the undertone is correct. I'd rather not go for something that is probably more my skin tone, but the undertone is off for me. So I'm gonna go with this one, which is Wild. I thought I would be in the tan range, but a bit shame tan. So I'm going to wipe this off and we're going to begin applying the foundation. So I'm going to prime my skin. I always prime my skin. I never apply any foundation without priming the skin. So I'm going to be using the Sisley primer. This one is one of my favorites for sure. It feels like a serum. It has amazing ingredients inside, and also it has this tacky formula, so when you put any kind of complexion product on top, it really just sticks onto the face. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it with a foundation brush. This is the foundation brush I always use, the IT Cosmetics flat top brush, the number 6. And then I'm also going to be using a damp beauty blender to try it out as well. I'm going to go in with 270C. I didn't think I'd be this light, and I didn't think I'd be a cool tone. So this is a surprise to me. The foundation is a luminous foundation. I'm not the biggest luminous foundation fan. Usually I do like a natural satin finish, or I will do a matte foundation. I do like full coverage. This claims to be full coverage, which is amazing, but I'm not a big luminous fan, which is interesting maybe for you guys to see me review a luminous foundation knowing I'm not a luminous foundation lover. I do like a couple luminous foundation, one of them being the NARS, is it the All Day Radiant Luminous Foundation, something like that. I'll leave it down below. That's one of my favorite foundations for sure, but I use that in the summertime. It's quite lightweight. I like to mix it with heavier foundation. To use a luminous foundation that says it's full coverage, medium to full coverage, and it lasts all day, skeptical. And I'm the type of person who likes to set their foundation, and this says that you don't have to set it. I'm going to start by using the brush, so I'm going to pick up a little bit of the product and begin. So far I've noticed it's not really runny. It is a thinner formula, but it doesn't run. Do you see? It has a bit of a density to it, which I like. I don't like super runny foundations. And it seems to be buildable. So I'm applying a little bit more in the same area. I can still see my skin through the foundation. It's not super full coverage, so so far, I wouldn't say it's medium to full coverage. I would pretty much say this is medium. Light to medium. You know what? I'm a little surprised with how much I don't hate this. I really am. Formula of the foundation, like the fact that it's not runny, but it's a luminous foundation. I wasn't expecting it to have some density to it. I like having something to work with. I don't like to have a watery foundation. It works really, really well with the brush, so let's go ahead and do the other side with the Beauty Blender. In terms of usage, I did 2 pumps for this side, and I used the whole thing, and I just did another 2 pumps. It doesn't squirt out too much. It provides a small amount of product, which I guess is good, depending on how much you want to use. So I just did 2 pumps, so in total I've done 4. That with the Beauty Blender. I definitely prefer the brush so far. I feel like the Beauty Blender kind of ate up all that product. Now that I've applied it, do I think this is a perfect match? Definitely not. I feel like my chest is a little warmer, and this being a cool undertone, it kind of shows the difference. Do you see that? I'm going to apply some concealer. This is the KKW shade 5. It's one of my favorite concealers of life. It's so good. If you guys haven't tried it, highly recommend. I'm just doing it under the eyes. I'm going to do a little bit on the chin. And in the middle, right here. Not too much. So I'm going to try out the translucent powder now. I'm just going to apply it under the eyes. Just applying a generous amount. And then I'm going to dust a little bit all over the skin. I feel like it just made me look a bit Casper. Don't like the powder. I don't know. I'm really funny with powders. The color is not for me. Like in the bathroom mirror, I literally look like I'm dead. It's not a cute situation. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish my face. I'm just gonna do a little bronzer and gloss, and I'll be right back. A little bit more blush. Alright, so I am back and I've just finished up my makeup. I just did some bronzer, blush, a little bit of highlight, and mascara and gloss. So, my thoughts. I feel like the shade isn't quite there, so it's throwing me off a little bit. I don't love the powder. I have some creasing on my under eyes where I've set it. Maybe I've used too much, maybe that is it. But for the rest of my skin, although it's a very lightweight powder, it's not thick or super heavy. It's very lightweight, it blends into the skin quite nicely. Am I obsessed with it? No, but I will try it with my regular foundation that I love a lot, and use the powder on top and see how that works with the foundation. And then the same thing, I'm going to use the foundation with my usual powder and see how that looks as well, just so I could play around with it more. But first impressions, the foundation is very lightweight in my opinion. It is buildable. Is it full coverage to me? No, but I could see how this would be a great foundation for makeup artists and those who like a lighter weight, more luminous and natural looking foundation. I like a full coverage foundation, not cakey, although I like the cake sometimes, but I prefer a little more. The more I'm looking at it, the undertone difference is not cute on me. Listen, is it a good foundation? I do like it. It is very natural, great for summer. I will try it out with a different powder and see how I get on with it. Am I utterly obsessed and over the moon? No, but it's a good foundation. It's not bad at all. It looks really nice from a distance, but I'm being really critical and just looking this close. One thing I do like is that it hasn't accentuated my pores or made my skin look textured or any of the sort. It looks really lovely on the skin. It sits quite nicely. Before I set it with the powder, it wasn't creasing, and it says it does set itself. So if you're not a big powder person, this is a good foundation to try because it says that it sets itself. And I haven't seen any creasing on my fine lines, like around my mouth, which is a big plus for me, but under my eyes it looks a little creasy, and that's because I put concealer there and then the powder. So maybe it's the powder that's throwing me off and the color, the shade of the foundation. So perfect video for me, not so much. So those are my final thoughts, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have a couple more foundations to review for you guys, so if you guys are interested in that, just let me know down low in the comments below. And I'll love you and leave you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.